What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Andy for those of you who haven't already been here. Thank you for joining. This week I'm going to be talking a little bit about my May favorites, things that I've just kind of accumulated over the last month that have really just been a staple in either my journey or in my day-to-day life. So I thought that I would share some things with you guys. I've also collected a little bit more zero waste stuff, so I thought, why not make a video about it? The first thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about today is this flower essence. I've been taking flower essences for a few months now. However, this is the first one that's mine that I'm really working with. I made this with just the flower rose. You can pretty much put any flower that you want in a flower essence. It's basically just distilled water, and I charged it in the sunlight for about 6 to 8 hours. I want to say I charged it for like 8 or 12 hours. Basically what a flower essence does is it raises your vibration so that you can operate in the same way that a flower does. And depending on which flower you're choosing, it can really enhance certain qualities in yourself that kind of need to be brought forth. Because the flower holds the vibration of whatever it is, like for instance I used rose. So a lot of people associate rose with love, and when you're giving somebody a Valentine's Day gift or you're thinking of how to show your loved one that you love them, most people give them roses or flowers. And so I chose rose because I really just wanted to create more space in my body for unconditional love, and I really wanted to question in all aspects what love means to me and how I can experience more unconditional love and how I can also give more unconditional love in my day-to-day life. And this has truly helped me. It's one that I've made, it's one that I prayed over, it's one that I sat with intention. And basically what you do is you put 3 drops on your tongue, or you can put it in water to kind of distill it even more. It doesn't really taste like anything because it's distilled so much from the water. It's really helped me bring forth thought patterns that don't promote love, and it's really brought forth traumas in which I experienced where I didn't feel loved and I didn't feel nurtured. And so it's really brought forth those things, but it's also cleared the space for me to really find and be able to dive into how I can bring more of that into myself, for myself. I put a little affirmation on here for myself. It says, I love and approve of myself. And so every day when I take the tincture, I sit with that mantra, I love and approve of myself. And sometimes I feel like that can be so hard for us to do, especially in our day-to-day lives, when we're going through the motions, and sometimes we're just unhappy with where we're at, or we feel stagnant, or we feel like we're not doing enough. It reminds me to love and accept myself where I am right here in this moment. And so it's been really powerful as far as my healing journey, so that's why I kind of wanted to talk about it first. The next thing that I wanted to talk about is something that I know ladies have questions about all the time. Let me see if I can get this to focus. This is my moon cup. This is a cup that I have used to completely reduce my waste, go zero waste as far as my monthly cycle is concerned. We just waste so many tampons and so many pads, and they either go down the toilet, through the drain, and God knows where, or they end up in a landfill somewhere. There's all this plastic packaging. So in order to reduce my waste, I have transitioned to a moon cup. I've had this thing for a few months now, and this was actually the first month that I was really able to get comfortable with it. I had tried it last month, and I don't know if I just like was overthinking it or really what my idea was behind that, but it didn't really work out for me the first time. I tried it again this month and I completely fell in love with it, and I am such an advocate for it now because not only is it zero waste, but you can't feel it. It's very much like a tampon. Like, you can continue to move and do what you need to do, go through the motions of every day. If you exercise, I'm a very active person, so if you exercise, you can definitely use that, and like I said, you won't feel it. The reason that I decided to give it another chance was because I actually watched a YouTube video. If I can find it, I'll link it below as well. But I found a YouTube video talking about moon cups, and basically what she was saying in the video was that if it feels like it's uncomfortable and you don't really know how to like take it out, and you kind of like freak out when you have to take it out, she suggested that you remember, and it's something that really has stuck with me, so it's kind of why I'm sharing it with you guys. But she said if you remember, as women, we are literally biologically built as women to be able to push something out of the vaginal canal. And so when you relax and you allow yourself not to freak out about, oh, how the heck am I going to get this thing out, you really allow the muscles around the vaginal canal and in the vaginal canal to really relax so that you can, with awareness, push that out. And so at first I was just like, what the heck? Like, that really just like sent me into an existential crisis of like, wow, I'm a woman and I'm literally meant to push things through my vagina. And like, I know that's a little bit personal for some people, but like, damn, like I really thought about that. Like, I was just like, wow, like that makes so much sense. And so one of the times, actually, this is gonna get a little bit graphic if you want to fast forward a little bit, but one of the times that I had to take this out, I couldn't feel like the little, let me just show you what I'm talking about. I couldn't feel like this little thing sticking out, so I was like, great, it's all the way up there, I'm never gonna get it out. And then that came to me, what she talked about when she said that, you know, we're meant to push things through a vaginal canal, and I really just like focused all of my energy on that area, and I slowly just started to breathe with it and relax the muscles around it. It did take a little bit of conscious work, right? And so I did that, and it came out, and so I did that, I really focused my intention on that, and I let it out, and it came out, and it was fine, and that was when I was like, okay, I can do this. And like I said, you know, it just takes a little bit of practice. I tried the first time, and I just was so afraid of it that I didn't do it again. But I'm really, really happy that I took the time to really work with my body, because I feel like it almost gave me like this really cool awareness of myself, and like almost like a power that I got from it. I was just like, wow, like I'm really meant to like push things through my vaginal canal, and it can really be a very personal time with yourself. A lot of people really don't like that they have to rinse out the cup, because clearly, you know, when you're pulling it out, you're the one that has to rinse it out. So I do suggest, if you do purchase one of these, to make sure that you're always around like a sink or something that you can kind of rinse it out. I did do a partnership with them, so this video is sponsored by this and another brand that I'm going to show you guys. But I really like it, and I wouldn't tell you guys that just because, you know, I'm sponsored by it. Like I said, the first time I was like, what the heck, like why did I even choose to do this? But it really helps you create this awareness, and kind of helps you create this almost like bond with yourself and like your womb, and like what you think about creation, and like, wow, like I'm literally meant to like push things out of my vaginal canal. That's just like an awakening that I had from it. So if you haven't already checked these out, I would definitely recommend doing so, especially if you're thinking about ways that you can reduce your waste when it comes to your menstrual cycle and your moon cycle. So yeah, go ahead and check them out. I will leave the link to their website down below. Moving on to the next thing, I got these a few months ago, but you guys, I'm always going to promote these. One of the biggest things that we waste here in America is straws, and it's so frustrating, especially coming from like the service industry. Like, I worked for a restaurant where you had to put a straw in everybody's cup, and it literally like freaked me out. Like, I wouldn't even do it. I was just like, I don't care about you and your rules. I'm not giving people a straw unless they ask for it, because it's just so wasteful. It's so wasteful. Like, it creates plastic that doesn't even need to be created. So I have these straws, and I don't use them as often as I should. If I go out to a place and I end up like having to get like a drink or something, I just won't use a straw in general, because I'm just like, whatever. Like, if somebody gives me a straw, I'm like, okay, it's okay. I'm consciously like, okay, well, this is a piece of waste that is never going to come off the earth, and I kind of have to make that connection. The more that you kind of start to study zero waste, and the more that you see how much waste we kind of produce with just like little miscellaneous things like straws, it really kind of inspires you to think about how you can reduce that. I'm going to be making another zero waste video in the next few weeks, just kind of talking about some things that I've bought, especially for my trip, as far as like zero waste is concerned, because I really took that thought process into how I'm going to treat the earth when I go to Costa Rica. You know, I'm going to another country, and it's bad enough that we produce waste in our own country, but to go to another country and produce plastic waste, knowing that that is never going to leave the earth, is something that has really shaken me through my studies of zero waste. And you know, I'm not perfect. I'm not like fully zero waste. Like, you know, it's a transition. It's a conscious effort to say, you know what, I'm not going to waste plastic today. And so even if it's just one thing, even if it's just saying no to a straw at a restaurant, you're already doing so much for the earth. And so I definitely suggest you buying stainless steel straws. I got them from Amazon, super cheap. Again, linking all of this stuff down below, so you can go ahead and check that out if you do want to get some straws. I highly recommend it. I just think it's a good investment. I mean, maybe you pay like $6, $7 for it. They do also have glass straws that are a little bit thicker. I'm probably gonna get those just for like smoothies and whatnot, but these are really good just to have like on the go. The next thing I'm gonna talk to you guys about is this pouch. It is something that I carry these little stones around in. One of my friends actually purchased this for me and gave it to me for my trip. The package was actually called Travel. That was like what all of these stones are like meant to help with. And so it just kind of comes with all of these little different stones. Let's see if you can see that. And these stones are super beautiful. I don't really remember what each of them meant, but I sat them out with the full moon. I've put them on my altar, and they just have some really good energy as far as like my travel. And I know that these little things are just gonna be a perfect reminder that I'm blessed and that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. So I'm super thankful for all of these little stones. I'm super thankful for the friend that gave them to me. And I also think that this pouch is just so freaking cute. Like, you could just wear this pouch around and voila, I love it. You can take it with you. It keeps it nice and close to your heart, which is like probably one of my favorite things, the fact that I could just wear it around my neck so I don't have to like worry about having pockets or anything. If I want to put more stones in there, I can go ahead and do that too, which I think is really cool. The next thing I want to show you guys is this mala. I am now working with this company called Risty, and as a yoga teacher, finding a company like this was perfect because in yoga we talk about Risty, and basically Risty is a gaze, it's a focal point. It is something that keeps you moving forward. This mala has really helped my meditation and my sense of self over the last month. I always identify certain colors with certain chakras, and so the fact that this is green just represents to me like the heart chakra and heart opening. So I've really had this anytime that I've like done yoga, or I've charged it with the full moon, or I went to a women's circle and I put it on their altar. And so I've really worked with intention with this mala, and the people who make this jewelry and their idea behind their entire project, their entire business, is really beautiful, and it's keeping that Risty gaze, that one still point of focus on your goals, your dreams, what you want in life. As a yoga teacher, that's one of the things that really comes through in all of my classes, is being able to focus on one still thing, on one movement, one breath, one moment. And so this has really helped me ground down and fully come into the present moment and really shift through things that I didn't feel love in, like certain moments that I didn't feel love in. And so I really, really appreciate this mala. And like I said, I'm working with this company now, so I will be doing like a monthly subscription with them. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway with them. Details will follow. I've linked all of my social media down below. I also got this really beautiful aquamarine necklace from them, and this is also really powerful, I feel like, with the heart. Both of these things, really everything that I've been doing this last month has been like heart chakra healing. But this is like a very tangible reminder to love. I've been working with crystals and stones for a while now. At the beginning of my journey, I felt like I was a little bit more lenient on these things, whereas now I feel like I'm very detached. Like, I can use them as tools, and I can use them as tools for my healings, but I'm also very aware of the healing that takes place without these tools. So this is kind of just more of a visual representation of mentally what I want to bring more into my life. And for me, I'm always trying to expand through my heart. I'm always trying to expand through love. And so these are just little reminders over the last few months that have really helped me to remember that space and remember love and remember unconditional love, and to teach that, to embody that, to accept that. And so I've really appreciated these small gifts from Risty. I also did get a really beautiful ring. Like, really look at that detail, you guys. That elephant, so cute. The copper, so cute. And that's just that little chunk of fluoride. I mean, I think it's so freaking cute. And like, all of their jewelry looks like that. Like, if you check the details on this, same thing, like that little bit of copper. And I've learned that copper is actually really good to help circulate the blood. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't really know if I like resonated with like metals and things like that. But when I started looking into the benefits of copper, I was like, yo, like, I'm so about it. And so I really support this company in their idea and in their intention. You can really feel the intention through all of their jewelry, and so I'm really appreciative to be able to be a brand ambassador for them, and hopefully some of you guys can try out some of their products as well. Thank you guys for letting me share that on this space. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is this bathing suit from Zoffel. I'm gonna try it on so you guys can kind of see it, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys like the little details in it. Oh, so cute. Be right back. And I'm back. This is the bathing suit. This is what it looks like on. And that's it, guys. Those are my main favorites. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All of the stuff that I talked about today will be linked down below. Go ahead and check it out. If you aren't already following me on social media, please do so. And if you liked videos like this and you want to see more monthly videos like this, hit that little like and subscribe button. If you want to get If you want to get notified for any time that I post a video, go ahead and click the little bell down below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys!